Here's one I usually warm up on, but about my favorite superstition. I'm just an old copper penny by the side of the road. Nobody wants me, I've no one to hold. Everyone sees me, they walk on by just like I ain't worth a dime. But I'm heads up and happy, I'm ready to roll. I know I'm not silver, I know I'm not gold, but I'm good luck to whoever holds an old copper penny like me. I've seen your big deals, I've watched some fold, yeah. Slid through some cracks and I fell through some holes. But count on me to have a good time. Just brush off the dust and you'll see me shine. 'Cause I'm heads up, I'm happy, I'm ready to roll. I know I'm not silver, I know I'm not gold, but I'm good luck to whoever holds an old copper penny like me. Y'all can help me out. Ooh, if you want to. A little bit of feedback. I'm looking for someone who's looking for me, someone to save me. Now who will that be? Just give me the chance and watch what I do. Well, next time you see me, I'll be flipping for you. 'Cause I'm heads up, I'm happy, I'm ready to roll. I know I'm not silver, I know I'm not gold, but I'm good luck to whoever holds an old copper penny like me. Yeah, an old copper penny like me. I said an old copper penny like me. Thank you. Got a little bit of feedback on this, on the bass end of this. Which I like.
Can you hear me all right? Test, test. All right? Besides RB over here raising me from a pup, I was very lucky to meet David, man, it's probably 15, 20 years ago. And I knew that I loved him right away. We were in, and I think I've got this right, we were in Greenville, South Carolina, and we started talking about rivers, because I'm of a belief that no city worth a damn is not founded on some body of water. I give you Atlanta. Phoenix, Birmingham. I don't know if Charlotte's on a river or not. Is there a river in Charlotte?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, that's right. I think you told me
It's
that.
not right in it, but it's close.
Well, they got enough money, they should build one.
They could divert it.
But I love rivers. My grandparents' house, farm, was on a river in Virginia, and the house is so old that it's actually landlocked. When they completed the highway back in the 30s, the house got stuck on one side of the river. And there's no bridge. There's no only way to get to it was across the river. So you really learn to live with floods, and that's how sort of we told time and got by. And I prefer rivers still over an ocean, just on simple metaphor alone, really.
Honestly, they want to call it a lake.
That's not right. It's a four-letter word.
I know, a four-letter word when you got the Tennessee River. poetry, you know.
I know. It's not right. Anyway, the first flood, the first 500-year flood that I have lived through, we had was 1969. Was Hurricane Camille, and I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it came up from through the Gulf and it got over Virginia and Kentucky and West Virginia, I guess parts of North Carolina, and it just stopped and dumped a tremendous amount of rain. So much rain that the Appalachian Mountains collapsed. You know, there are towns in Nelson County, Virginia, they never found anything. So anyway, then we had the next 500-year flood was really 85, and then the most recent one, 500-year flood we had was 2 summers ago. And you all may remember this flood because it went viral. There was a video, and it was on the national news, and it was a house on the Greenbrier River, which is the border of Virginia and West Virginia, and this house was being washed down the river at the same time that it was on fire, which would seem doubly tragic, but to me that was like a smart hillbilly. It's like, we ain't got flood insurance, but I know we got fire insurance. So get your phone out, take a picture. Yeah. So anyway, I wrote this song. It's called It'll Never Be That River Again. Here we go. In 69 when Camille came, you had to jump in the river to get out of the rain. The water rose so fast, so high, the cattle bawled and drowned all night. The mountains took it until they gave. The river bridge had washed away. My cousin fished from the front porch steps, and Granddaddy looked at the water and said, from the mountain, through the valley, to the ocean, where it ends, it can never be that river again. She had blue eyes with rings of fire, and I was hers and she was mine. And the sun was hot and the river just right. We skipped rocks all day and we rolled all night. We both knew what lay round the bend. Summer loves will always end. When the walnut leaves fell, we went back to school, drifted away, and the river did too. From the mountain, through the valley, to the ocean, where it ends, it can never be that river again. But I still try. I've seen it muddy, I've seen it calm, I've seen it do whatever it wants, but it can never be that river again. No, it can never be that Didn't mean to bring you down there.
I'm gonna play this harmonica here. I was doing a telephone interview. That sounds a little feedback in there, maybe a little bit. And I run this a lot. You know, people want to know about your life, and it's just my life's not very interesting. Thank God. All I pretty much do is do music and cut grass and stuff. So do a little cooking but I wrote this song a number of years ago. It took me a long time to get to it. I met this little blue-eyed moon goddess a number of years ago and married her and had a couple kids and got reflecting on that. Realizing how lucky I was and I am. Realizing too it could have turned out a whole lot different. So I thought on some of the characters I met in my life. It was a New Year's Day in the seaside bar. Was a special on PBR. The ocean roared outside the door. No one but us and some hardcore drinkers lost in the stormy day. How blue is the blue of your eyes against the skies of gray? Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. It must have been a wrong turn that I took in Cedar Falls, maybe Kansas City, I don't know. We just kept on rolling, it was a too late to turn around. We ran out of road in Arizona. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. And you left me in that depot in Gastonia with your mother. And what you still had left, self-respect. I know you tried to tell me that's when I was a-drinking. I could not find the words to win you back. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. You changed your mind about me, I sure understand. Years of miles were not what you deserve. I heard that you got married, and he is a decent man. Although some say he's a little bit too reserved. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. Do you remember what we talked about? I just remember your face, prettiest thing that I have ever seen. some good guitar work there.
I want to ask him about a line. Excuse me.
Left you in that deep hole in Gastonia.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know somebody from Gastonia. Sandy McLeet. She's Gastonia. Good
That
friend.
ain't a
of mine.
bad place.
She's one of the Ho train. She's a wonderful person. Whenever anybody mentions Gastonia, I think of her.
It's soul from town.
Oh, there you go.
See, I totally go middle school on that. When I pass Gastonia, I think of my old bandmate Mick Harrison in the van.
Well, he's been, in the van. Yeah, I knew he wasn't. He's from West Tennessee. Though.
Yeah, I know. You guys are too mature.
It's going so fast, and we're just going to do 3 and take a break. And so this is the last round for the break. I mean, it's just how do we slow this down?
Play more.
What was that?
Play more.
Do 4.
Oh, okay. Let's set this little guitar up here. Well, I was singing one. I wrote this because I was thinking about every day of my life, day to day. I mean, I depend so much on what everybody else knows that I work with, you know. And I think a lot of people are that way. That's why I thought it was a common thing. And anyway, I wrote a song for the scientists. If y'all can help me on this, everybody go to it. They don't get many songs now, you know. I have a few religious songs, and I have certainly songs about nature and everything, but this is a little different, but it kind of goes to see. I must be a common man, 'cause it's quite common to depend every day on technologies that I don't really comprehend. Like my laptop, my car, my TV. I got this new phone you should see. Hey, you name it, I use it, but I can't produce it. I need someone to do that for me. Well, science for the people. Yeah, that's science for the people right now. Science for the people. Yeah, science for the people right now. Now I can drive a car, and I can even change a tire. They was waiting until I invented the wheel. We'd still be sitting around the fire. But I got all the news and sports. In one click I got your weather reports. I watch movies all day, my own private getaway. I'm lucky just to work the remote. Science for the people. Yeah, science for the people right now. Science for the people. Yeah, science for the people right now. Hey, I could probably use some self-help, but I know how to feed myself. I just walk out the door, cruise down to the store, and find the food on the shelf. And I ain't never alone. I'm in constant touch with this phone. They've been counting on me. We still have to climb up a tree and shout at the top of our lungs. Science for the people. Yeah, science for the people right now. Science for the people. That's science for the people right now. out disease. It's a wonder we're not already dead. And next time some plague comes knocking, some virus that's never been known, and it starts killing us all, now who you gonna call and pray they can nip it in the bud? Science for the people. You'll want some science for the people right now. Science for the people. Science for the people right now. Now when all the scientists start seeing the same things, from the test tubes up to the sky, and they lay it all out, and there ain't any doubt, now who's gonna say why it's all a bunch of lies? Now I don't know much about a whole lot, but I know how money talks. A lot of misinformation, rationalization, and phony crap, and alternative facts. But one day bullshit walks. Science for the people. I want science for the people right now. Science for the people. Yeah, science for the people right now. Let's try it one more time. You can help me a little bit now. Science for the people. Science for the people. Science for the people. Science for the people right now. Science for the people right now. For the science.
I'm next. Okay. That was awesome. This is the best seat in the house right here, and I didn't have to pay for this seat tonight. In fact, I get paid to sit here. This is awesome. I should think about doing this for a living.
That's where it all goes wrong.
That's true. Ain't no money in cows unless you people start eating more beef. Speaking of money, I grew up in the Shenandoah Valley, and it's mostly Scotch-Irish there, and I didn't really understand this sort of a, not healthy, but a knee-jerk reaction I have to money and rich people until I read this book by James Webb about the Scotch-Irish and how it's sort of ingrained in us. And when I toured with the writer Patty Griffin, I don't know if you've heard of her, but I toured with her a bunch. And we were out on the West Coast doing a tour, and we were playing these wineries up and down the coast. Big, giant, venues, beautiful. And when I would head out to the stage, Patty would always say, "Scotty, don't make fun of rich people when you go out there." But anyway, the part of Virginia I live in has been discovered by Northern Virginia, and they're retiring now and buying up a lot of the farms and stuff and putting up houses. So that's happened in my hometown of Swope. And Swope, which is spelled S-W-O-O-P-E, is not easy to rhyme. And so there's another town near us called Spanishburg, which is over the line in West Virginia. And so I got the idea, I moved sort of the idea of this song to Spanishburg. So this is a song called Lo Siento, Spanishburg, West Virginia. Here we go. Probably ought to hear it in tune. It really brightens up. Like using verbs. Okay, here we go. Lo siento,
Spanisburg, West Virginia. Lo siento. Spanisburg, West Virginia.
There's gonna be a solo break, so keep that in mind.
Well, the TV's off 'cause there's nothing on. All the hometown fans are in the stands since the team won state 'cause the coach was great. And they hired him down in Peterstown, but he didn't win. Now he's back again. The next batch of kids could not commit. They were big enough, but not that tough. And thought the single wing was just a passing thing. I guess the will to win is oft forgotten when old times there are Oxycontin. Lo siento. Spanisburg, West Virginia. Lo siento. Spanisburg, West Virginia. Well, the jobs were lost and the war it cost. This kid came back from Iraq, had it pretty comfy 'cause he drove a Humvee for an old diehard in the National Guard. Thought he was safe though the town got strafed on occasional mortar from across the border. He'd always joke in the emails he wrote, tell his mom not to worry none. He was spending his time and winning hearts and minds until he picked up a can and he lost his hands. Lo siento. Spanisburg, West Virginia. Lo siento. Spanisburg, West Virginia. All right, here you go. Then a writer came from a magazine, wrote the whole town up for the AARP, called it #1 place to retire. So the rich folks came and the taxes got higher. With their healthy hair and their perfect spouses, they built these mansions and giant cow palaces. Now the effete and the elite are all walking around with their noses up as they look down on the people born who cannot afford to live in their own town no more. Lo siento. They even renamed it Spanish Trace, West Virginia. Lo siento, Spanish West, by God, Virginia. Smile when you say that. Nice playing, man.
I just wrote this song this year, and we happened to be in the process of recording a new record. The way we've been doing this is like it's all live. Like we bring the band in this room and got these big microphones set up, and so I just haven't finished writing this one about the time we were wrapping it up. It's called. It's a river song. It's called Flow On River. Flow On. I think I wrote this in Savannah, but I don't know. Somewhere where there's a river and an ocean. I see the skull beneath your face, waiting to steal this moment away. To block this kiss, to steal delight, to kill the joy I found in loving you. Moment to moment, the shifting light runs between the sea and the land, running like a deer enjoy her flight while the water rises on the sand. So flow on, river, flow on, carry us through time and change, gently rising, inch by inch, you'll wash us away. Now take me down to Old Thorpe Square. There's a man playing the guitar down there. He rode down from Boston on a bike all alone. Never did leave, now it's 30 years gone. He let me play his guitar song while he plays harp and sings with all the bones. I saw you over by the Haitian soldier monument there, smoking a cigarette and smiling. So flow on, river, flow on, flow on, carry us through time and change, gently rising, inch by inch, you'll wash us away. Through the murderous heat, I feel a coldness rise. Red star burns high in the sky. I sleep without dreams in your uncertain arms until the mockingbird answers the dawn. Stick with me, baby, come what may, till time and time have washed our memory away. Nothing can stop that river but the hands of God, and in those hands our future lies. So flow on, river, flow on, flow on, carry us through time and change, gently rising, inch by inch, you'll wash us away. Flow on, river, flow on, flow on, carry us through time and change, gently rising, inch by inch, you'll wash us away. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's time we take a little break, and we'll be back.